On Timeless Cinematheque, we step into something a little different. Charlie Chaplin's The Face on the Barroom Floor from 1914. It's a parody, but not just of comedy, of melodrama itself. The Face on the Barroom Floor is primarily based on an 1887 poem by Hugh Antoine Darcy, originally titled The Face Upon the Floor, about a talented artist reduced to poverty and alcoholism after losing his love, Madeline, to another man.
Exactly. Chaplin takes a well-known tragic poem and completely dismantles it, turning heartbreak, despair, and artistic suffering into something absurd, exaggerated, and, honestly, kind of brilliant.
And what I love about this one is how minimal it is. No big set pieces, no chaotic crowd scenes, just Chaplin, a barroom, and a story spiraling into ridiculous tragedy.
It's Chaplin experimenting again, this time with tone. Comedy pretending to be drama, then collapsing under its own weight.
Let's take a look.
This one's fascinating because it flips the usual Keystone formula. Instead of chaos driving the comedy, it's imitation. Chaplin is mimicking the exaggerated style of melodrama and pushing it just far enough that it breaks.
Yeah, it feels almost like a sketch. You can tell Chaplin is playing with performance here. How far can you stretch emotion before it becomes funny? The crying, the collapsing, the whole tragic artist thing, it's all just slightly too much.
And that's the point. At the time, audiences were used to very sincere, very heavy melodramas. Chaplin takes that familiar language and exposes how artificial it can feel.
As a filmmaker, what stands out to me is how controlled it is. It's not about movement or big gags. It's about timing, framing, and performance. He's learning how to use stillness as part of comedy.
And that's a big step. Because later on, Chaplin's greatest moments won't come from chaos. They'll come from contrast. Humor sitting right next to emotion.
This might be a parody, but it's also practice. You can see him figuring out how comedy and drama can live in the same space.
And that's what makes even these small films worth revisiting. They're not just jokes, they're the groundwork for everything that comes next. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please keep watching Timeless Cinematheque.